The best drones as a whole are far more advanced now than even a few years ago. You can now find genuinely decent 4K cameras in a budget drone. In this video, we will show you the top 5 best budget drones you can buy. If you are a gadget lover and like to watch videos like this, then subscribe to this channel. DJI Spark. DJI Spark has the size and weight of the already slim Maverick. Like all DJI drones, the Spark's basic performance is excellent. The battery delivers between 12 to 15 minutes of flight time depending on wind conditions and how aggressively you fly. More importantly, the amount of power never dropped off suddenly, and the battery stayed firmly in the drone. The battery takes about 40 to 50 minutes to go from dead to full with the dedicated wall charger. If you don't want to lug that along on your next vacation, you can also charge it with a standard micro USB cable. But be warned, charging is much slower that way. While the Spark is great at hovering in one place indoors, due to its small size, the Spark has to work overtime to stay in one place against even moderate wind. Flying outdoors on a windy day is going to cut down on your battery life, and since it's a 2-axis gimbal, some of that sideways movement will show up in your footage in a way that wouldn't happen with a Phantom or Mavic. The simplest way to fly the drone is with gesture control. Double tap on the power button and it will scan for your face, then take off. This worked really well and made it easy to fly in areas that might otherwise have been tricky to launch from. If you extend your palm in front of your face a few feet from the Spark, it will recognize your posture and enter gesture control. You can sweep your hand up, down, left, and right to control its movement. It's easy to carry around, simple to control, and safe to fly indoors and out. For the casual drone user looking to get a taste of this technology without breaking the bank, there is no better option. Parrot BEBOP 2. The BEBOP is almost the perfect starter drone. Lightweight, low cost, and a good enough camera. However, it does suffer from some critical flaws as its predecessor. A very unreliable Wi-Fi connection that frequently drops causes the drone to be stranded in mid-air at times. The body seems otherwise virtually identical to its predecessor, although the rotors have now been color-coded to make it a little easier to remember where each one goes. On its own, without the optional remote control and Wi-Fi range extender, the BEBOP is wonderfully compact and light. For capturing images and video, the BEBOP takes a different approach than most drones. It uses a fisheye lens attached to the nose instead of an external camera mounted on a gimbal. Instead of using a remote to manually pan and tilt a camera, you can shift your focus within the wide field of view generated by the fisheye, a trick accomplished through software. The new BEBOP has done a nice job improving the quality of video when you are panned straight down to the ground, a viewpoint that is unique to aerial filming and can produce some magical results over interesting terrain. Unfortunately, the camera itself hasn't been upgraded much. When you compare the blurry, compressed footage to what is shot at identical locations with cameras from DJI and YUNEEC, the BEBOP is clearly far inferior. There is still no option for removable storage, just 8 GB of internal memory, which fills up pretty quickly when you're shooting 1080p. That means you need to stop and transfer footage to your phone or computer, or pull footage directly from the drone to your phone or tablet using a Wi-Fi connection. Overall, this drone isn't blow your mind, but also it isn't bad. This drone is a good choice for new users. DJI Mavic Mini 2. When the first Mavic Mini was introduced, it was clearly created with one purpose: make a drone with an adequate camera that weighs under 250 grams. That number is the key spec because anything under it still doesn't require FAA registration. The new DJI Mini 2 hits that same sub-250G target, but with fewer compromises than the first Mini. Where the original was mostly targeting people who were thinking about making that first step into the drone world, the DJI Mini 2 aims to satisfy not only beginners, but also experienced drone pilots, photographers, and videographers. Besides the improved camera, the most notable new addition on the DJI Mini 2 is OcuSync. It provides a solid and reliable link compared to the old Wi-Fi connection on the original Mini. OcuSync operates on radio frequencies and already proved its worth in other DJI drones. Its low latency can transmit 1080p or 720p video previews to your phone, and in ideal conditions can provide ridiculous range. It is single-handedly the biggest upgrade between the original Mavic Mini and the Mini 2, and it makes flying this drone so much easier and enjoyable. The camera still has the same small 0.3-inch 12-megapixel sensor as the original Mini, but it produces much nicer photos than before. JPGs that you get right off the drone are fantastic, and you can enhance them within the DJI app. It applies some subtle adjustments to the overall contrast of the image, lifts shadows, and adds a bit of life to overall colors. You can't just get a good photo from it. This drone can give you the best video quality. Skydio X2. Skydio is leveraging the power of what it calls the most advanced AI device ever shipped. to make its enterprise-grade X2 drone an uncrashable machine, with some pretty amazing autonomous 3D point mapping capabilities. Like the extremely impressive consumer-grade Skydio X2, the X2 uses no less than 7 onboard 4K cameras, in conjunction with the deep learning capabilities of an NVIDIA Tegra X2 AI chip, to constantly build a 3D point map of everything around it as it flies, predicting the paths of moving objects and allowing it to plot a safe course through crowded environments where DJI's much cruder obstacle avoidance systems simply give up. It uses a carbon sandwich frame with foldable tubular carbon arms that should allow for easy replacement. It packs a 35-minute brick of a battery, paying little attention to looking awesome, and offers a 6.2-kilometer control range. It carries a FLIR infrared camera for night vision, in addition to its main 12-megapixel video camera. In this case, it's a relatively high-definition 320 by 256 LWIR sensor, offering 4 times the resolution of the night vision on the Mavic 2 Enterprise. With vision boosted by both visible and infrared lights, the X2's video works in rather wacky ways as well, combining the output from all its 7 cameras into a single 360-degree feed. This offers the ability to zoom all the way out to a monstrous 360-degree live view, or zoom right in up to 100 times in any direction for a highly detailed look at whatever catches your interest. The X2 also gets the consumer drone cinematic skills. This drone will give you the best video for your content. YUNEEC Mantis G. By releasing the Mantis G in October 2019, YUNEEC released a successor for its Mantis Q. This new YUNEEC Mantis G drone had a few different unique selling points, such as mechanical gimbal stabilization and a battery that could survive 33 minutes, which put YUNEEC's Mantis line on the map for consumers as well. YUNEEC built this Mantis G drone intending to have a compact and portable drone, pre-configured with autonomous flight modes to make it easier for consumers to create amazing content. The YUNEEC Mantis G is equipped with a camera that can make 4K Ultra HD video recordings at a maximum of 30 frames per second, and shoots pictures in a JPEG or a DNG format. The camera resolution can be decreased to 1080p, which increases the frames per second to 60. The camera itself uses a gimbal mechanism, which mechanically stabilizes its footage, making the videos look smooth. The YUNEEC Mantis G contains a few intelligent flight modes, which allow the drone to perform various pre-configured actions, such as waypoint navigation, visual tracking, point of interest mode, return to home, and so much more. The Mantis G is equipped with an interchangeable LiPo battery, which offers a flight time of over 33 minutes. Having a good camera, better control stabilization make this drone a perfect choice at this price range.